Hi, this is Donna Kennedy Glantz. I want to talk to you a little bit today about what we're trying to do with all of these viewpoints that we're gathering from Albertans about our energy future and about climate change, and how we're going to share those viewpoints with the world. So one of the things that's really been important to us is to make sure that we share these viewpoints as individual voices. So we're not editing them. Whatever people say is what they say, and we want to share those viewpoints with you and with the rest of the world on our website, and we've been doing that. And as everybody knows, there is a debate going on. There's a polarized debate going on, especially around climate change, with what we call catastrophists on the one end and the complacent on the other end. And what we're seeing is that a lot of these people who are speaking up in Alberta don't really sit at one end of catastrophe or as complacent. They actually land along this continuum in some way. And what we're trying to figure out how to do is to share that bigger picture with you and with other Albertans. So we're looking at different options to be able to share these different viewpoints in a big picture way without compromising that individual voice that's so important. We've talked to artists about creating an image. We've talked to musicians who may want to capture the symphony of voices of Albertans. And one other idea we're kicking around is the idea of dialogue mapping. And some of you may be familiar with the idea of mind mapping. Dialogue mapping is a lot like mind mapping, and I really recommend this book by Jeff Conklin called Dialogue Mapping. It's a bit like creating an image to share what we're hearing from Albertans in an image form without compromising the individual voices. Also, when you see an image like this, it helps to reinforce our shared understandings and our shared commitment to solutions and to change. It's an antidote to fragmentation. So the issue at hand, Alberta's energy future, is a wicked problem. It's very complicated. I think lots of you are familiar with the term wicked problem. In the case of our energy future, we've got questions about infrastructure, we've got questions about social impacts, we've got questions about economic feasibility, sustainability, climate change. I could go on and on. What Conklin is saying in his book on dialogue mapping is that solutions to wicked problems aren't right or wrong. So back to the polarized map. It's not wrong or right. It's more about talking about better, worse, good enough, not good enough. And as Conklin's also pointed out in his book, wicked problems have a bit of a catch-22. You can't really learn about the problem without talking about and trying solutions. And every solution you try is expensive. It can be expensive, and it can have unintended consequences, which are likely to trigger new wicked problems. So when we're listening to these viewpoints from Albertans, we're trying to think about the solutions that they're offering up and how these viewpoints plot along this continuum of a dialogue. How do we break this debate, polarized debate, and share it with the world as the dialogue that it really is? I look forward to continuing to hear from Albertans about their viewpoints, and we'll keep talking to you as we progress this vision. Thanks.